Focusing only on diet while ignoring metabolism is one of the most common reasons people struggle to see consistent results. Because what you eat matters. But how your body responds to it matters just as much. Many people approach health and weight loss as a simple equation. Choose the right foods, reduce calories, and results should follow. And while this works in some situations, it often becomes inconsistent over time. Progress slows. Energy drops. Hunger becomes harder to manage. And the same diet that worked before stops producing the same outcome. This is where metabolism enters the conversation. Not as a separate system, but as the process that determines how your body uses the food you eat. The problem is that diet and metabolism are often treated as opposites. People either focus entirely on food choices or assume metabolism is something fixed that cannot be influenced. In reality, they are directly connected. Diet is input. Metabolism is response. If the input is inconsistent, the response becomes unpredictable. If the response is not supported, even a well-structured diet can stop working effectively. One of the main issues is short-term thinking. Many diets are designed for quick results, not long-term stability. They often involve large reductions in calories, elimination of certain foods, or rigid rules that are difficult to maintain. First, the body responds. Weight may decrease. But over time, the system adapts. Energy use can decrease, hunger signals can increase, and adherence becomes more difficult. This is not failure. It's adaptation. Your body is adjusting to the conditions you created. Another factor is the quality and structure of the diet. Two diets with the same number of calories can produce different responses depending on how they are built. Protein intake, meal timing, and overall balance all influence how your body processes energy. If meals are inconsistent or lack key nutrients, metabolism may respond by becoming less efficient. Not permanently, but in a way that reflects the current pattern. There is also the role of muscle mass. If a diet leads to muscle loss, especially when combined with low activity levels, your overall energy use may decrease. This means your body requires fewer calories to function. And that changes the entire equation. At that point, continuing to reduce food intake becomes less effective. Instead, supporting the structure of metabolism becomes more important. Daily activity is another piece of the system. Even outside of structured exercise, small movements throughout the day contribute to how much energy your body uses. If activity levels decrease during a diet, this can offset the intended effect. The body adjusts in subtle ways. You may move less without realizing it. This is part of how metabolism adapts. Sleep and stress also influence the relationship between diet and metabolism. Poor sleep can affect hunger signals and energy levels, making it harder to maintain consistent eating patterns. Stress can influence both behavior and physiology, affecting food choices and how energy is used. So even if the diet looks correct on paper, the environment around it may not support it. This leads to an important shift in thinking. Consistency allows your body to respond in a more predictable way. This does not mean diet is unimportant. It means diet is only one part of a larger system. Food provides the input, but metabolism determines the output. And metabolism is influenced by more than just food. It responds to movement, sleep, stress, and consistency. The key insight is this. Diet works best when metabolism is supported. Not forced, not restricted, but supported through consistent patterns. When your body has enough structure, regular meals, adequate nutrients, consistent activity, and stable routines, it becomes more responsive. That responsiveness makes diet easier to follow and more effective over time. In contrast, when metabolism is not supported, diet becomes harder. Hunger increases. Energy decreases. Adherence becomes inconsistent. And results become unpredictable. In conclusion, the question is not diet versus metabolism. It's how well they work together. Diet provides direction. Metabolism determines how that direction is applied. When both are aligned, progress becomes more stable. Not necessarily faster, but more consistent. And consistency is what leads to long-term results. If you found this explanation helpful, consider subscribing for more content that breaks down health and nutrition into clear, practical concepts. In the description, you'll find a simple overview of how diet and metabolism interact, so you can review the key points and begin adjusting your routine in a more structured and sustainable way.